Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of breaking down e-commerce, breaking out different shops and stores, breaking down design in order for you to become a better website builder, a better website user, and a better entrepreneur, hopefully at the same time. By the way, aesthetics rock, baby. Had to get it in there. So I'll make it relatively short today. I'm really tired. This is gonna be part of one or two episodes for this current store as I try to separate them to make it easier for you guys to follow and for me to, well, to finish up those videos. So let's not linger. Uh, Give me a like if you find value. Give me a follow if you hit the value. Let yourself be notified. And once again, aesthetics rock, baby. So we're gonna be looking at the store, German store, Eternal Bliss, which is kind of like a little bit like obscure, it's not like a huge brand or anything, but I was sent this by a friend, and I saw so many egregious mistakes about it. And generally, I would start with the homepage, but let's change it up today. Let's go to the product pages and let's start there because that is usually the most important page on any website, on any e-com website, right? And um, that's where most decisions get made, either for or against, or maybe, which is also not that great. So, anyways, so what happened here? This store is built on Shopify. I can recognize immediately when it's Shopify, WordPress, and have a lot of experience in discerning the different platforms, each with their corresponding disadvantages and advantages. Well, starting off actually also with this cookie banner here in the lower part, right? So the when I write this now, cookie banner is in English. And if I'm not mistaken, I am not mistaken, it's not um, it's not in accordance with data protection laws in the EU. Like they take this seriously here, so you gotta pay attention to that. Stay on top of that. In the EU, okay, there's something similar in California as well, from what I hear. But anyways, so actually, let me just uh, there you go. Yeah, okay, that's fine. I'll just pull it down a little bit. All right. So taking a general look at the product page, this is just one of the standard templates. There are many things, couple of things wrong with it. Maybe you can also, assume what they could be, what they are, and obviously this is not an exhaustive list, but just a couple of things that hit my eye immediately. So first of all, we can see that the nav uh, has no breadcrumbs, right? So I'm gonna refrain from commenting on the header and footer. That's always gonna be separate. I think it makes more sense. So just the content in the sandwich here. Yeah, so it's lacking a breadcrumbs. If you're new and wondering what it is, it's just to like one of those navigations that you see broken down to the subdomain your own. So for example, it could be the name of the collection, then the name of the product, and then the product page, and it helps with the navigation for the user, and it also helps with SEO up to a certain point. All right, then we go here up to the very top. The product name is definitely too small. Um, like there's no hierarchy here, right? So hierarchy. And hierarchy in design means that certain elements are more important than the other ones, and you have to learn how to emphasize them, So, especially when it comes um, to the product name or the product page. Then we have this stock number here, B96, whatever. This is nonsense, this usually like an internal stock number, or SKU or something along those lines, which is useful only for you and your suppliers, but not for the customer. This is confusing, off-putting, takes up unnecessary space, and doesn't add any value, So no value, no value for potential customers. So they're just, they look at it and they're like, okay, what is that? Is that a variant? Is that an inscription? What the hell is it? So next cardinal sin of product page 101 is the pricing. Here, the pricing is two things or lots of things wrong, but two major things that we could correct here as low hanging fruits. First, I'm just gonna use like that. Or does it number? Yeah, okay, great. So haven't been using markup in a while. So first things first. It's too small, doesn't catch the eye. The eye. It has to be like it used to be rather subtle, but recent years have changed that trend a little bit, and it's rather larger these days. I guess before it was kind of like subtle to maintain the integrity of the other elements of the website or of the product and not to distract from the product itself. But I believe this is just a theory. It's a Felipe theory 101 on a Sunday. um, this is just a theory, but I believe that ecom is so full of scammers and has gotten so full of scammers in the last couple of years that it just became a trust and transparency thing. That being too subtle was misinterpreted for trying to hide, so now it's actually the other way around, most cases. So too small. Also, if it's 59 and you're selling on, okay, hold on. I'll get to that. So, hold on. I have to, there you go. So number two, that would be the pricing hierarchy, the pricing grouping, which is off. So the price belongs with the headline, with the title, but next to it, underneath it, on top of it, it has to be grouped together with the title. In most cases, of course, with the title in terms of grouping. And what was the other thing that I said? Grouping. Three. What was three again? Oh yeah, right. You don't need four decimals here, because it's a round price, and especially on luxury and well, fashion accessories shops, it's very typical, or it's very elegant to leave out the decimals, leave out cents, just make it full numbers, round numbers. It has a touch of more elegance, like you don't care about 2 cents more or less, and that's exactly what people want when buying luxury, or they don't want to give off that impression that they care about 2 cents more or less, which they actually do, but which they also don't. So that's a separate theme. Okay, got it. Cool. Next cardinal sin, we have uh, at the cards, etc that lacks lacks attention seeking or attention catchy elements like that, maybe elements or properties. um and that can be summed up in this case in colors, layout, lack of icons, uh lack of contrast, sizing, all of that is off here. It's just not good. So it doesn't draw the eye. You want to draw customers' eyes to perform certain actions, and on a web shop that means selling or buying, right? Purchasing. And every little detail matters because it's always about micro decisions that go on in the customer's head. They're not even aware of it. It's very deeply profound and deep consciousness that is molded by daily exposure to products and advertising and social media and etc. etc. So um, this is one of those rather underlying concepts that drives customers to take certain actions, and so it matters. Every detail matters. one more thing. Let's add the secondary that's called the buy button, right? So you have the A to C and the buy button, or immediate buy button. It's like there's no universal uh, moniker moniker I got for that. So this would be testing issue. However, on a luxury store, it's rather not preferable. So it's like 70-30, 65-30 against it, or testing matter. But on luxury stores, it's rather counterproductive because um, there are many reasons for that, and it's like, as I said, it's testing always in this case, but it's also counterproductive because it can detract from upsells and cross sells, and people can be led straight to checkout without actually getting anything else or taking a look at anything else. So I guess I could say that for every type of store, but experience has shown us that this is, yeah, like especially true on luxury and accessory stores. So yeah, then there's that, and also that ties in with the comment of weitere Bezahlmöglichkeiten. That stands for additional payment methods. And what this does is it links directly to checkout. So you click on that, and then you're immediately taken to checkout with this product in cart. And that is, once again, that's the least obstacles you can put for the customer between product page and purchase. However, it's too big of a step in most cases, and also it's not clear that this is what's going to happen. So this is not a good decision in terms of layout and UI and UX. It's people don't know what's going to happen, and then they're just going to skip the other steps that can be conducive or naturally counterproductive to sales, but generally not if it's done right. So in most cases we remove this. In most cases we can remove this, and replace it with trust icons, or like badges that are not scammy. There is a right way and the wrong way to do that. That's another chapter. Okay, so post that. Okay, then what actually? Question: why do we have? Basically, we have two titles, don't we? Oh, Jesus. So, okay, so actually, don't we have two titles here? So with that and that, huh? I have no idea what's right. See, one more problem. So, no idea which one is it. Like a hierarchy, right? And importance. So you have to decide what is important for the customer and why you would have two different titles here. I would argue you don't even need the second one. In most cases, you can leave it out. You can start with the description below, most cases. But yeah, that's just not good. Okay, and then we go to the description. Okay, that's fine. I mean, it lacks emphasis here and there, and obviously it's very dry. But one thing that you can immediately recognize and see, these are supposed to be, I guess, bullet points, right? Bullet points. But we don't see that. So it's supposed to work like a list. Should be a list. Yeah, list, but like list elements, right? So, like bullets or arrows or different typing, different ways, different font weights, different sizes, etc., etc. So it's just thrown in there, probably in the unedited or purified description in Shopify because that removes kind of the HTML text, which would be bullet points and stuff like that. So yeah. Okay, so we have that. And then we go here. Das heißt Bedeutung des Kanus mit Amulett. So it means it's the significance behind the imagery. Right? So but yeah, that sounds to me like storytelling, like a background information kind of thing that lends more importance to the object, and maybe even touches the customer on a deeper level. But it should be more like storytelling here, once again, to join. You should connect this with, something visual, like icons maybe, different images, and explaining the purpose behind it with purpose. This is just thrown in there like everything else, and maybe it's not even relevant and just taking away space, So yeah. Then yeah. So then we have here the next one, the little accordion here, which says shipping information in English on a German shop. So yeah, not good. Let's see what happens if I open it. Yeah, okay. But like the standard sales shipping information, which fits, of course, but yeah. Let me just check one thing first before I continue. Oh, okay. No, never mind. And here, the last one should be contact mail, contact form. Yeah, okay, fine. Quick peek at the product images. Okay. All right. So, all right. So we got one rather like the first two, the first and the third one. Jesus. So let's go to pictures. First and third picture, very similar. I think it was going for a zoom or a close-up, but they end up being almost the same. So there's no added value. This just the pic just hits you in the face in a way, because the other ones are zoomed out, right? Or at least the first one is, if you click on it, right? It doesn't take up the entire height and width of the container. Well, actually it does, but it's a white on white background, so it seems like there's more spacing above and below it, and then the next one is just bam, like all of it taken up together at the same time, so just hits you in the face. Maybe they could be used in the on the right side in a different way. This should then be a better close-up, right? Yeah, or something, like also showing images, showing the item from different angles, in different lighting, different lighting. So also the number of pictures, it's just poor, you can do like 5 to 7, more or less. Depends on the item, depends on the niche, depends on the industry, price, etc. But yeah, 5 to 7 should be kind of like a minimum. And then the social sharing thing, like the tie-in, it's mostly useless, You can do that for if you get into storytelling a little more, or if you're doing it with images, that kind of makes sense. But mostly it's useless. So just remove it, make better use of the space. And here, again, the 50/50 container is standard to standard. That's the issue as well. And the images are just huge compared to the description, which just feels out of balance, So yeah, and obviously we have nothing below it. I'll let you guess what is wrong with that. And yeah, this will be a rather shorter one, just part 1. I'll do a part 2 in a couple days, maybe even a part 3. So Stay tuned. I hope you enjoyed this. Give it a like if you did. I would appreciate it. Give it a follow if you did. If you want to be in the loop, on the loop, be in the loop when it comes to improving yourself as an entrepreneur and designer. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Cheers.